everyone, StacyBurke here. Just thought I'd poke my head in, because I always promise you like the divorce diaries and stuff, and I haven't really kept up with that so much. I kind of give you a little bit here and there, and of course when it was happening, I kind of talked to you a little bit, but at the same time I couldn't, because it was like going through it, and stuff. But I moved on, everything's okay, everything's great, but I just like to give you or tell you little bits of what I've learned and stuff like that, because when I was going through it, I would research this and stuff, and I still don't know. All I know is my story, so I don't know if this will help anybody. I'm going to go until my battery runs out. I'm in my room right now because the lighting's weird everywhere. Of course, I got my little light right here. Okay, as you know, I got married on the Girls Next Door. Anyway, it's like I was married for like 9 years, and we had our problems or whatever. But he always threatened to leave me, and then one day he did. He gave me an email like in December 20 something, I forget. It was like 3 days before Christmas or something that he was leaving, and basically while I was at work, he up and left while I was at work, and I came home to an empty house. Anyway, I don't want to rehash that because that's already been said. If you want to follow it, just try to look for divorce diaries or anything about that this happened. He gave me that email December 2016, and so I was going through this for like 2 years. But anyway, when he left me, he I guess he got an apartment without me knowing it. All his friends were involved in it. Everyone knew about it but me. I don't know what he told them. I have no idea. All I know is I had no idea, but his friends knew. His friends helped him move. Some of my friends helped him move, and stuff. He got an apartment, and then he was telling me that that we're going to go through mediation. He was basically telling me how this is going to be. And I go, what do you mean, mediation? And I go, we don't have any kids. I don't understand. Like, I never been through the law. I don't know anything about the law process, divorce. I don't know any of that. And he was just telling me how it was going to go. And I go, well, why? Are we going to get back together? What's this? He goes, no. And I go, then I don't understand. Why don't we just get a divorce? He wouldn't get a divorce right away. I couldn't understand it. He wanted to file joint in our taxes, which I didn't understand. I was just not understanding any of it. And I just got a bad feeling, and I go, I just want to if he really is moved out, I need to start fresh. So I contacted a paralegal, which is, see, he knows a lot about the law. I should tell you that he was a paralegal in the past. He worked for a company, so he knows the law a lot better, and plus he went to college. He took law classes, like, you know what I mean? So I got a paralegal, and I thought, well, we have no kids, we have no money together, like, it's pretty much cut and dry. I'm just gonna get a paralegal. And so she only cost $500. Went down there, I go, I want to do this. She goes, okay, I'm gonna serve him. And I go, okay. And I was a little nervous because, I just want to cut the cord. I don't understand why you want to go to mediation. I didn't know why you want to drag it on. If he got an apartment and he planned this for a year, I want to move on, right? Well, anyway, I got a hold of her. She served him. Oh, and he was not happy. He was like, oh, I thought we would do this without getting lawyers involved, which I don't understand because it's a paralegal. But basically, I'm doing it myself, And so he was really upset. He texts me, and I go, look, I was like, what? Anyway, but he was really angry. Then all of a sudden, he cut off contact with me. And then when it was getting closer to our court time, I was really worried because I'm going to the judge and stuff by myself. And I don't know how to perform. And I asked her, I go, are you going to go to court with me? She goes, no, that's on you. And da da da. And I go, oh my God, I have a feeling that because I know him, he's going to go full on. I'm sure he's going to have an attorney. I have no one. I don't know what's going on. I think I need to be represented. She goes, well, I have a number to a lawyer, but I didn't know at the time was a rental lawyer. Oh God. Oh, that was a mess. I paid, like, first I paid him, so I paid her $500. Then I had to pay $500 for this rental lawyer who was almost like a TV show. I don't even know where to start. But I didn't know. I thought he was good because I didn't know better. I know better now. But he was just a mess. And he would just take so much of my time waiting in his office and asking questions and doing this, basically doing his work for him. And then but luckily he saw that she made a mistake in my first divorce papers. She put too many zeros in my income. So it's not good. Basically, whatever she put was not at all what I make, right? So already I was screwed. So he contacted her and he said, hey, look, you did this. She goes, well, the money's already, the papers are already to the court. It's already in play. There's nothing I could do. She basically just washed her hands. And I asked him, what do I do? And he goes, well, I'm going to have to fix this. But to fix this, it's going to cost you $100 to do the paperwork all over again. So that was another 100. This gets, all in all, the court fees and the lawyer fees is going to be big. But I'm going to start off with, this is going to be I'm not going to put this all in one video. I'm going to try to start from the beginning. And then maybe do other videos to fill in the cracks, because I'm not a good storyteller. I just want to get I just want to get it all out there. I wish I had like a little chip in me where I could just download all my information. I don't have to put it together myself, because I forget things, and timelines I'm like, oh yeah, wait a minute, back then she said this. So I'm not a very good storyteller. But anyway, so he had to fix that. So we go to court. Because I wanted someone there with me, right? And he fixed all the paperwork. He introduces, and sure enough, my husband shows up with an attorney. Oh, a pit bull of an attorney. She was a chick. She was, woo, because my lawyer said that when because they meet up with each other at court, like they do have like a meeting before we get our name comes up. He says, oh my God, like she was aggressive. She literally said before he says, hi, my name, you're not getting sent, da da da. She just went off on him, and he was like, whoa, whoa, and he was just complaining on how she was just in all his profession, he never met someone that was so, like, she would go off. And throughout this thing, she did a lot of unethical, is that the word, unethical? A lot of things that just was pushing the envelope that you would not do in the court of law. In fact, the judge called her out on a few of them. She was a bulldog. She was a smart bulldog, but at the same time, she tried to get away with things that she shouldn't have got away with, and she got called out on it. But anyway, so yeah, I had to pay $100 to correction. And when we go in there, and she just lights me up. Okay, first of all, I told you that, some of my friends were helping him. Well, unbeknownst to me, yep, there was, I guess they scanned pictures of what I do for a living. They were trying to shame me into that. And then his lawyer said to the judge, look at her. She does adult business. She could be doing it till she's 70. She's fine. Like, in other words, they were already on the defense, like I was trying to take their money and stuff. I'm just trying to get the divorce. He got angry. He got a lawyer, and then I had to get a lawyer, and I was just trying to get divorced. I wasn't asking for anything yet until things got bad. She was just going off of me. And then they, I guess some of my friends, like, because my husband didn't know too much about he didn't really care what I did. He doesn't know. So I know my friends who are in the business probably gave him some websites to go to copy stuff. And they went to the IDMB. Is that it? The IDMB, where, it's like a register of what I do. First of all, it had my name, StacyBurke, but it had some other girl's face on it. And it said that I'm a very affluent porn actress, which y'all know. I'm a fetish model. Yes, I dabbled in porn, but mainly I'm a fetish model, and I'm not affluent at all. I'm not, like, they were saying I'm lucrative, I'm very well known, I'm well paid, and it said I also used to strip in Dallas, Texas. I used to live in Texas. I never lived anywhere but California. Basically, IDMB or whatever, what do you call it, the Wikipedia, or any of those, people could edit anything they want in it. You can't believe half the stuff. It's the internet. People do stuff. It just had a lot of wrong stuff. But they used that against me. Like, look, she's this, she's that. And they're trying to shame me. And I'm like, whoa. Like, I didn't wear any makeup. I wore a dress. I was, like, nervous. And the judge was looking at me. And he saw the expression on my face. Like, I'm like, what is going on? And luckily, he was a smart judge, because he said, oh, they were saying, oh, she makes a lot of money on the internet and this and that. And they were just trying to make me like I'm this big old gold digger that's just rolling in money, and I'm a big porn star and all this kind of stuff. And then, but the judge was very good. He goes, well, maybe she was making money back in the day, but I know the internet, and it's not the same anymore. And I'm thinking, thank you. You know. And first of all, I never was making that much money in the first place, because I was never this person they were saying I was. But anyway, and then they were saying, oh, she could be working until she's 70. She's good. She could be a porn actress for the rest of her life. Like, I could force people to hire me, or what if I break a hip, or like, oh God, my nose is so red. Sorry, I have allergies, so my nose is always red, and I don't wear makeup, so my nose is already so red. Anyway, I don't know how much battery I have left, but anyway, so I'm just gonna go through the timeline and do another video where this leaves off, because it is interesting. There's a lot of twists and turns to this. It's just crazy. And then as I'm going through all this, distraught. First, I'm looking back on it. I kind of could tell you what was happening, but at the time, I'm getting things thrown at me that I have no idea. I don't understand. I am feeling hurt, thinking, oh my God, my friends that I've had for like years, all my life in the industry, turned against me on his side, which is fine. I don't care, but why are you trying to like nail me to the wall? I'm just trying to get a divorce. And then it's like, since he's mad that I went to an attorney or paralegal, not really an attorney, but he thought it was an attorney, I guess, in the beginning. He went full force on me, and he was trying. And then he said he made less than what. See, I never knew how much he made. I never knew. He never told me. But through this whole process, I found out, and he makes a lot. And I remember being married to him, and there would be so many medical bills. Like, he'd go to the hospital for everything. Granted, he had a lot of health issues, real health issues, but he would always go to the emergency room and stuff, which would cost a lot. And then he would go to the doctors and stuff. But when the mail would come to our door, it would always be red, like urgent, you're late. And I knew he was being late on a lot of his medical bills, which I didn't understand. He had great insurance. He had a great job, now that I know. I didn't know at the time. So I was dumbfounded. And through this process, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, he was trying to get me on the hook for his unpaid medical bills. And another thing is, he wanted me he wanted us to go through our taxes jointly. Well, luckily, I had my CPA, who was my friend, was looking over the taxes, and he goes, "Don't you file jointly?" I go, "Why?" He goes, "There is some missing money. He took some money out or something." Now that I know it's his 401k or something like that, where he gets penalized. And if you file jointly, you're going to get penalized too, which you're going to be on the hook for like 10 grand. And you're not going to get any taxes back, and you're going to be on the hook for 10 grand. And I'm like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, because the CPA was going to do our taxes. I would have never known this. Thank God he was my friend. I could have went to somebody else, and I could have been screwed. But he told me, since you're separated, since he left you, you could file separate married. And then I'm going to do that. He goes, because he just got red flags. When he was going to do our taxes, he goes, "I'm getting red flags. There's something fishy going on. There's something going on." And I didn't know what he was talking about. This is like fresh. And I'm going through a lot of emotions and a lot of things right now. And so when I filed separate, that just pissed off my husband more. And then in court, he dragged this out for 2 years, where he wouldn't show up sometimes, and then he would do a motion. Oh, the first thing he did was he did not an audit. What do you call it? Like a discovery. He did a discovery on me. He wanted me to go through 7 years of my finances. He subpoenaed my bank to get all the records of my finances, and he wanted 7 years of the taxes that I dealt with. And the judge even was confused by that. He goes, "Wait a minute, you were married with her for like almost 9 years. You jointly did your taxes. You have these records." But still, his lawyer was like so good. "No, we think she's hiding something. We think she's hiding something." I'm thinking, oh my God. So I had to go to the bank, and I had to pay money because I had 7 years. Because if I were to print those up, I'd have been there forever. So I just went to the bank, and I said, "I need 7 years of everything you have on record with me through the bank, all my finances. I need everything printed up for 7 years." And luckily, my tax guy, the CPA that was her friends, I needed copies of all our taxes, which my husband had copies of. But I had to pay money to get all those copies, which cost me money. And then when I got them, I had to pay a courier, because I didn't want to go to her office. I sent a courier to send this big box of paperwork to her, which cost me $50. Right? I wrote everything down. The corrections cost me $100. Oh, and then there were some responds. I had to respond to a few things, so that cost me like $500 for 2 more responds. And then I had my first discovery, which was $700. Now respond, I don't know what I had to respond. Like they had things that they like motions or whatever, and every time you respond, like they could be bogus, whatever they accuse me of. But for me to respond cost me money because I have a rental lawyer, right? So the first paralegal was $500. The second rental lawyer was $500. Then I had to do the correction was $100. Then I had to respond to something. I forget what it was. $500. Second response was $700. Then my first discovery was $700. I had to copy the bank records. The copy cost me $60. Then to mail them was $50. I'm going to stop here because it's almost 20 minutes, and then I'll go to the next chapter. But maybe I'll get more into it. Like, I'll give you the logistics of it, and then I'll go through other things. Well, I already told you about the flying monkeys, where his friends, my friends, that I thought were my friends, like I was getting attacked online. I was getting my life threatened. I was getting threatened. My home was threatened. My mentality was threatened, telling me that I'm crazy. I'm a narcissist. I'm Histonic. My friend, this famous bondage producer, who was friends with me for 20 years. That's now his friend. He would be online, call me histonic. If you know, I think I'm saying it right, which is basically an out of control, narcissistic, crazy woman. Histonic, histonic. I think I'm saying it right. And I was just like, like he created like so many different websites bashing me. And at the time, I'm like fresh from a divorce. I'm like in a whirlwind. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to trust with the legal system. I'm thinking, am I getting ripped off by these lawyers, by this paralegal? Am I getting ripped off by my husband? Is this bulldog lawyer, like, what's going on? Is there someone spying on me? Because there's so many websites, and they would say, like, oh, we see her, we doing this. Like, I didn't know who to trust. Like, since my friends became his friends, and they were attacking me in court, physically, mentally, verbally, online, harassment, bullying, threatening my life, threatening my job, threatening everything, my sanity. I didn't know who to trust, and so I started like his friends. I would delete them on Facebook. I started deleting. I just wanted to get rid of everybody and start fresh. I didn't know who to trust, and since we lived here, I didn't know who to talk to because are they gonna go tell him like, oh, because there's been times when I was throwing out stuff, like I'm trying to clean out the place. And they're like, oh, she's throwing out your stuff. She's doing this. Like, give them false info, or they wouldn't even know what's going on. They would make whatever they think is true. They would make up these weird hallucinations and make it true. Like it's true. And I know the truth, and I'm the only one spouting it off, and no one's believing me, and I'm just going literally crazy. And I'm becoming what they say I am because I'm losing it. I'm losing it. So I hope there's good lighting and all this stuff. I should probably have done this in the front room. But my roommate's sleeping. I don't know when he's going to get up. And I didn't want to ruin everything. But I'm just going to stop it there. There's more to say. My battery's probably running low. To all my Stace-Cadets and all my Burkettes, I hope you have a groovy day. More of the divorce diaries to come.